Hello, Class 10, and welcome to your Economics Application class. This is Nigam sir, and today we will continue with the same chapter, that is Commercial Bank. In Lesson 1, we studied about the meaning of commercial bank, its feature, and the primary functions of commercial bank. In Lesson 2, we will be studying about the secondary function of commercial bank. There are two secondary functions. They are the agency function and the general utility functions. Now let us discuss the agency function of any commercial bank. The first agency function is that the commercial banks collect payments made through checks, drafts, bills of exchange, and other financial instruments on behalf of the customer. So the commercial banks acts as an agent in collecting the payment that is made through checks, drafts, bills of exchange for its customer. The second function is that the banks help the customer in making the payments in the form of taxes, insurance premiums, EMIs, etc. The third one is the banks also acts as an agent in the sale and the purchase of different securities like shares, debentures, bonds, and stocks. The fourth one is that the banks acts as a trustee and executor for the customer. In what sense it acts as a trustee and the executor for the customer is that the banks normally preserve the wills of their customer, and whenever the customer dies, they execute this will to its nominee. In that way, it acts as a trustee and the executor. The last agency function is that it helps its customer in transferring the funds or money from one place to another. So this were the different agency functions of any commercial bank. Now let us move to the utility functions of commercial bank. The first one is the locker facility. The banks provide the locker facility to their customer for the safe custody of the valuable items like expensive jewelries and valuable documents. The second utility function is that it helps the customer in providing the check facility for the withdrawal of their deposits that are kept in the bank. So these deposits can be withdrawn anytime by the customer through this check facility. The third utility function is that the banks also issues the letter of credit to the customer for the credibility of the payments of debts in the market. So this function of credibility, of giving credibility to its customer, is also done by the commercial bank. The another function is that they help the businessman in transporting the heavy goods from one place to another. And the last utility function is that the banks also underwrite the securities issued by the government, public, or the private bodies. So this means that the banks also sells the securities like the shares of government companies, public companies, or the private companies to its customers. So these were the different utility functions of any commercial bank. Now let us understand the last and the very important function of commercial bank, that is credit creation. This is a very unique function of any commercial bank of giving credit to its customer. Whenever any commercial bank receives or accepts deposits from its public, they utilize these deposits to give credit to its customer. And this process of giving credit from the deposit received from its depositor is what is known as credit creation. Any commercial banks are able to grant more loans than the amount of deposits that they have received from the customer. For example, if a state bank has received the deposit of rupees 100 crore from its customer, then in that case the state bank is able to give credit of more than 100 crore to its creditors or to its customer, and that process of giving credit more than more than the deposit that they have received is what is known as credit creation. So in this video we studied about the secondary function, that is the agency function, and the general utility function, and we also studied about the credit creation function of commercial bank. So we have come to the end of this chapter. Thank you everyone for watching this video.